My wife may be cheating on me right now for 2 weeks. What can I do? Hello, before. I would never have come here to express my sentiments in this manner online. I would rather deal with problems on my own. But I need assistance and do not know how to tell my friend or family the truth in this situation. So here's how it works. My wife has been offered a 1-month work in another country, Italy. We hadn't seen one another for more than 2 months this summer as a result of the dreadful illness, so she was apprehensive about accepting the offer. Her job search began very immediately after the outbreak began, and I encouraged her to pursue it because I want what's best for her, not what's best for me. In the end, we only stayed together for 1 week in late September, and everything went well, just like it always does when we are together. In the weeks after her departure, she was no longer accessible to FaceTime on a regular basis, and I started to get a peculiar feeling about the whole situation. She was joking about this individual, and she seemed to be having a good time, but I got the distinct impression that something dreadful was about to happen. No, I didn't inquire since I didn't want to be seen as the possessive and jealous husband. I usually hide and try to deal with those kind of feelings because I judge them bad for both of us. But as time went on, she started to talk about him more and more, and she began to display bizarre, irrational sensations that I couldn't figure out what she was experiencing. It was 2 days ago that I started having nightmares, as they always do, and she finally confessed to having feelings for him 2 days ago. More attraction, no love. He's the ultimate Italian man, to put it mildly, if you see what I mean. When she wakes up late in the morning, he gives her food and such nonsense. As a consequence of her job there, her boss is mad, she has been under a great deal of stress, and since they work as a team, he is sympathetic to her plight. Everyone, with the exception of the boss and her assistant, is fluent in Italian. I guess this MFCKR has an accent too. After all that, she requested for permission to be free with him today since she is under a lot of stress and has had a few of panic attacks due to her feelings for him. She also feels terrible and guilty about how she feels about him. It was she who indicated that she feels stuck in our relationship as a result of my expectations. And she would never have thought to tell me that since she feels like a completely different person at the moment. She was pressuring me to say yes, but I refused. Despite the fact that we were still young, 28, I was her first true boyfriend, and she had never had the opportunity to have her experiences. She took it badly. In the end, I realized that negotiating was worthless since it would only rip my marriage apart now, rather than maybe later, and that it would drive her into his arms. To summarize, she is going to try not to FCK this guy despite the fact that she confessed that she would because she needs someone who knows her right now, and they haven't seen one other in a long time, and she wants someone who understands her right now. When her contract ends in 2 weeks, she is supposed to return home. She tells me she loves me, that this is just an experience, and that he and I would figure it all out together like we normally do. However, I'm not sure I'll ever be able to put my faith in her again. Really, I was planning on having children and other things since I thought it would last forever. But now I'm at a loss for words and can't sleep because I don't have any drugs. When it comes to making a choice, is it better to wait a few months or a year? She looks sincere in her desire to stay with me, as if she had spoken candidly about her want to end her relationship with me previously. Would it be best if I ended things as soon as she returned? After just 6 years of marriage, free of which have been spent together, and despite the fact that I like her more than anything else in the world, I keep catching her F-king with an Italian man. I'm befuddled and ashamed, and I'm at a loss for what to do. Any help you can provide me would be much appreciated. Greetings and thank you for your comment. I feel you have provided me with a point of view that I would not have discovered on my own. I'll make an appointment with a lawyer for the following day. I feel I've been lying to myself and others about the nature of the issue, which is also why I haven't contacted my family or friends. That is exactly what I want to do tonight. I purged our apartment of all of our images today because I couldn't bear the thought of seeing us so happy together in such a wide range of scenarios. Now it's up to me to accept it and make it a reality via my actions. For some reason it's quite tough for me, since everything was beautiful for the previous 6 years, and now my whole world has been flipped upside down in a matter of days. What I really want to believe is that everything will work out and that everything will be back to normal the moment she returns home. Despite the fact that I am aware that it is false and that I am deluding myself, I wish I could close my eyes and continue to dream, since my paradise has turned into a hellish nightmare right now. Because she was a serious person with moral beliefs who continually criticized others for their misdeeds. I was overjoyed for the first time in my life to finally meet her. What's more, she wants to cheat on me now, after all of this time. What makes you think she's the same person I married? Then I analyzed every possible explanation I could think of to explain her actions in 1,000 different ways. Maybe he is drugging her. Perhaps she is suffering from stress or bipolar disease. Perhaps she was troubled as a child, and so on. Just to be clear, I didn't want to reveal the truth since it sounded so phony that I couldn't believe it. When I initially came across this site, I was taken aback by the number of comments recommending divorce. I was anticipating people to try to take her side or to explain to me that things happen in relationships, and I was not disappointed. I'm still not sure what I'm doing, but I figured out what I need to do at this point. But why? Oh, why are you doing this? I made it a point to be the best husband I could be. It felt like my first job, my first purpose in life. I was never satisfied with my efforts. Despite the fact that I know I did my best, I'm experiencing feelings of guilt right now. I was working on a project that week and couldn't be as available as usual. She was so worried and agitated that it made it difficult for me to be around her. Maybe that's why she spent so much time with him, or why her feelings sprang to the surface. I'm not sure what to say, dude. I'm just destroyed on the inside. I simply can't believe it. Neither can she, nor can we. My coolness was maintained when we spoke on the phone, and she told me the truth about how she wanted to. I didn't want to shatter those 6 years in this manner. What we have is really precious, I reasoned. To avoid making a hasty decision, I made every effort to ensure that she understood what I was saying. I had to fight the want to push her into his arms. Even if they did not end up sleeping together, even if she continues to apologize, even if she claims that she still loves me, and that the whole situation was a mistake, I now know that it will never happen again, and that our future still exists. I'm forced to do it. I'm forced to divorce. You may post a comment or send me a message if you have any recommendations for amusement to help me get through my days/insomnia, such as a comedy movie to watch or an engaging television show that does not deal with love or infidelity. I'm also reading philosophy on Stoicism, but I have other things to do, and I'm not feeling well enough to go to the office right now. Fortunately, someone had supplied me with a page of psychiatric advice to help me deal. I haven't eaten since the whole thing started. Any decent ones, not the standard that I can easily discover, that you know of, please share them with me. Please accept my gratitude for opening my eyes, even though I didn't want to see the truth. Knowing that there are still great individuals out there offers me some peace of mind, and it gives me some hope for the future. At the very least, there's a light at the end of the tunnel.